Hello everyone and welcome to this crafting video. In this crafting video we will be covering the three basic crafting, so blacksmithing, clothing and woodworking. Alchemy, enchanting, jewelry crafting and provisioning will be done as well, but each of those will get a separate video and a separate future on learneso.net. So blacksmithing, woodworking and clothing aren't too hard to get into when you start with the Elder Scrolls Online. If you play the game as a low level, what you really want to do is deconstruct all the items and materials you get. By deconstructing your items, you will gain more experience, which will go into leveling your blacksmithing and crafting. A great way to level your crafting is by just deconstructing items you found throughout the game. There really is no need for you to rush your crafting or anything like that. When you play the game, like just questing and stuff like that, you get a lot of items, weapons, gear, jewelry, stuff like that. And you simply can just deconstruct this instead of selling it. For example, this is a new character that I have over here. I get like a shield. The first thing you always want to do with crafting is the trade research. So you go to research tab and then here you see researchable. That means that you have the item currently and you can research the trade. For example, I currently have the shield on me, the shield. I click it and I hit research trade. Now, the item will be destroyed in the progress and you will not get anything for it, except that you will learn the trade and you can use the trade in the future whenever you are crafting items. Now, this is something you directly want to start off with, because currently I have to wait 5 hours, but the next item it will be double the time, like 10 hours, then like a day or 3 days, and it will keep going up and up. The last research that you have to do from online, it really depends like in what order you do the research, but the last trade research will take 30 days. So like I said, you really want to get this started ASAP, even if you're low level and you don't have to craft anything or something like that yet. You just have to get started with it. So later on, when you actually want to do perhaps do the writs, or you perhaps want to get into crafting, you already got a really big head start. After you have done the research, for example, I just researched impenetrable and I have an item that I actually can't research, you just have to deconstruct the item. By deconstructing the item, you will gain experience towards the crafting line you're doing in it. So woodworking, clothing or blacksmithing. Just deconstruct, and while deconstructing you also get some of the materials like the trades, the woodworking materials and the steel materials. It depends a little bit on the RNG, and it also depends on the woodworking, like how much of the woodwork extraction you have leveled, or the carpentry. Okay, I had to send that ugly player away. So yeah, so what do you get from crafting? From crafting, firstly of all, you can get a hireling. The hireling is very much recommended in my opinion, because the hireling will daily send you some materials. All you have to do for the hireling to show up is just log into the game, open up your mail, and you will get a mail with some materials. Depending on the level that your hireling is, these materials can become better. So if you have a 3 out of 3 hireling, you can quite frequently get some legendary tempers. Legendary tempers are the tempers that are used to make your items legendary quality, which is the highest quality in the game. So gold quality. And these are worth quite a lot of gold. So if you get these, you can get a very nice passive income just by logging into the game daily. Now, while you are questing throughout the game, you can also discover raw materials like iron ores or maybe even wood. Anything like hide scraps, you know, or the wood, like I said, like rough maple. Now, you shouldn't refine these. If you go to a crafting station, for example, let's go right over here. I actually just refined everything today, but you can refine these items. You shouldn't do this. Okay, when you are a low level, you shouldn't refine your items, even though you want to really craft. The reason why you shouldn't refine your items is because you have metal extraction. Improves the chances of extracting blacksmithing ingredients and allows the refining of more powerful tempers from raw materials. So, when you are extracting raw materials, you can get tempers. The tempers we just showed off, like the purple quality, the green quality, the yellow quality, the legendary quality. Now, if you're gonna refine items without having any passes into metal extraction or in unraveling or even woodworking, wood extraction, the chances are that you get a purple or even a legendary gold item are extremely low. When you have a 3 out of 3, that's the moment you should start extracting raw materials. Now, if you really want to get started with crafting, even just like level 12 gear, just for yourself because you like to craft it, what I personally would recommend is to sell the raw materials and then buy the refined materials. Because raw materials are worth quite a lot of gold because you have a big chance of getting the tempers. So you really do not want to refine those items until you have at least 3 out of 3 extraction. It will make a significant difference, and like getting tempers out of like raw materials without a 3 out of 3 extraction is nearly impossible. You can also get some other passives like carpentry, reduces research time by 5% and allows the research of 2 items at once. It's the same for clothing and the same for blacksmithing. Very useful, especially for the trade research. You really want to get that. And then the last passive increases the chance of improving items with tempers. So whenever you are crafting an item, you also have the chance, you can also improve an item. So for example, I made the iron axe and I now want to improve it. I currently have to use 5 of these items, 5 of the honing stone for a 100% chance. I can also choose to just use 1, but there is only a 20% chance that I will actually improve it. If I fail, the item will be destroyed in the progress. For example, if this attempt fails, iron axe will be destroyed. I try it, improvement fails, my axe is gone, it's destroyed. So having this passive is very useful because it increases the chance of improving items with tempers. So by having a passive points in this, you will need less of the tempers in order to make the same item a next level quality. So now I need like 7 for the boot knife skin to make it to like blue quality. And if I actually have like a passive in this, let's go real quick. Now I only need 5. And of course you can get this up more and more. I can put in like the maximum of 3 out of 3 and it will significantly reduce the amount of tempers I need to improve the same item, thus having me to spend less items on it and making the cost to craft some items much lower. A small tip to increase your blacksmithing, clothing, woodworking or any of the other crafting mechanics where you have to like deconstruct items in order to level it is to go to the champion point system and go to the tower. Because if you get a total of 30 points into the tower, you will get inspiration boost, increase your crafting inspiration gains by 20%. So by doing this, you will get 20% more inspiration gain by deconstructing items with crafting or making items, etc. So inspiration boost, very useful, especially when you want to get into crafting. Very recommendable, and the tower actually has some very nice passives that are really useful like break free, sprinter and siphoner. And otherwise you can always redistribute your champion point systems later on in the game and use that somewhere else if you want to. Now that's pretty much all you need to know from crafting. Later on you can also do some writs. If you want to know how to do writs, check out the link below in the description and in the comments, and check out Learn ESO.net crafting writ guides. There we will cover everything that you have to know about writs and how you can make a lot of gold by doing your writs. Have a great day everyone, see you in Tamriel, I'm out.